Okay, guys. Good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to my studio with this third live stream Q&A, Fractal Live Q&A. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Everything is okay? Audio and lights? Video? Freetronics engineer. Hey there, Ollie here. Okay. Ollie here. Hello, Ollie. Freetronic, UK Warranty Center for Fractal. Wow. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Freetronic. Freetronic. I don't know. It's not free, it's Freetronic. Freetronic engineer. Yes, everything okay? Ciao Massimo, Matteo, clear and loud. Perfect, perfect. So, this is my corner. How can I call it corner? I don't know. But it is my fixed live stream on Saturday, more or less at this time. I would like to keep this time every week for all Fractal, and not only Fractal guys, Fractal users that have Fractal unit and not Fractal unit. For all the people are interested to know to know a bit better this amazing unit. I'm available for your questions, for your request, and to speak about some special argo like, okay, this is my proposal, but of course you are totally free to ask what you want. So the argo of today is to speak about the clean sound, how to get the clean sound, perfect clean sound, and to share with you my knowledge, simply to share with you my knowledge. My English is not so good, but maybe is understandable for most of you. And I think it is the main important is the concept itself. And I think that you don't care so much of my English. So, Hans Gruneg, okay, Hans, like fret of a guitar. This is my Schecter. It is let's say, is a real relic, because this problem are let's say real, are not artificial. Okay, Joachim Gassman, hello from Cologne. Perfect. Hello, Joachim. Okay, looks great, sounds and great. Okay, so there are many people from some parts, France, some people from the G66 Facebook page. There are someone from Twitch, my Twitch channel. Someone are from my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Some people comes from G66 channel. Some people comes from my Facebook page. So there are a lot of people here, and of course I am available for your questions, for any kind of information that you need. I would like to start from the clean sound, because clean sound is always, I think, one of the most difficult sounds to get, I think, because to create the how can I say the ambient and the real effect of the clean, the natural clean sound that comes from the very traditional and typical amp. Ciao Giulio. Is I think is really difficult because most of the people when try, for example, a Fender Twin, try to think when you play with a Fender Twin, you cannot play at 1 of volume. You need to rise up the volume because you need to feel the pressure of the sounds. But this is a big problem because the volume is so loud that is really incredible. It's really impossible to stay in front of that amp, isn't it? So are you able to get very nice and hot and warm, clean sound when the amp is really low in the volume? Try to think about it. Franco Nicolai, non so se puoi rispondere, ma guardando le caratteristiche del piccolo piano di Ellie sotto mi sarebbe possibile, mentre le leggere sarebbe più adatta alla sola chitarra, giusto? No, Franco Nicolai is not. The question is difference between Ellis 8, MF10, and LG12. All together, we are speaking about the FR speaker cabinet made by Red Sound. All FR cabinet. I will like to do another live stream about the FR speakers. I already done. Please type Phantom FR in the YouTube page and you will find my live stream in English and in the Italian when I explain the meaning of the FR cabinet in the guitar system. I have to be honest with you, a biggest part of the guitar player are really far from the FR sound, FR concept. The typical guitar player is in his mind as the guitar, effects, amplifier, and that's it. What is after the cabinet is a mystery, is the dark side. Microphone, preamp, and so on and so on. So it is a very big mistake. I don't know. Most of the guitar player continue to play with the real amp without any problem, without taking care about the microphone, about the recording, and so on. Is up to you, of course. But if you wanted to have a step ahead of your knowledge, I think it's better to know and to get some knowledge regarding the microphone, regarding the sound, through the FR system. So there is no FR system for guitar, for bass, for FR system is a standard. And there is nothing special for digital, nothing special for bass, nothing special for this and that and this and that and this. This is really important. We make like a lot of jokes around the headphone, for example, because people think that the headphone there is special headphones for digital model. There is special cabinet for digital model. This is absolutely not true. There are some device that works better with not digital model, with the guitar sound, what the guitar player expected to hear from FR system. But the main problem is how many guitar players are able to play with the guitar sound through the FR system. How many of you goes into the recording studio and put the amp in the recording room, put the microphone, and listen the sound through the recording studio monitor. That is the real sound, not what you hear in the record in front of your amp, because in front of your amp only you can hear that sound, because when you put a microphone in front of the speaker, there is another world, and most of the guitar player doesn't know this world. The digital modeler force all guitar players to think about this concept, to think about to play in a FR system. But sometimes with the wrong think, I say, because some people believe that there are special headphone for a digital model, there are special cabinet for digital model, and so on, and so on, and so on. Okay? When you go to see Guns N' Roses or Slash or David Gilmour, you are not in front of the amp, dear guys. You are not in front of the amp. You are in front of a big PA system. And what you hear is not the sound of the amp, is the sound of the amp with the microphone, through the mixer, and then through the PA system. And there are a lot of things you have to consider before to hear the real sound. And for this reason, I suggest you to get as much as possible the knowledge of this world, because it's completely different, and there are many concepts that are not known by the guitar player. Ok, Salvatore Porti. Ciao Marco, avevo un suono chiamato Mass, l'ho risolto fino alla lampada del mio studio. Ok, thank you so much, Salvatore. So let's start to speak about the clean sound. Clean sound is not easy to get. Okay, why is not easy to get a clean sound? Because as I told you, if you have a Fender Twin, let's start from a Fender Twin, and with this Fender Twin, you play in your flat, okay, your house. You cannot raise up the volume. If you are not alone, if you are in a big build. And the sound is really thin, I can say. The real sound of the Fender Twin is when you raise up the volume. And what the people say is the real tube valve sound sometimes is not, let's say, a real tube, is the sum of all effects. When you raise up the volume, there is a lot of elements that influence the final sound. That means final compression, the distortion of the cabinet, of the speakers, and so on and so on. There are a lot of things that contribute to create this sound. It's not only matter of valve itself, because if we take, for example, the Roland Jazz Chorus 120, many guitar players use that amp for the clean sound, but it's not a valve amp, is a transistor amp, for example. But what is really important is the volume, because the volume in your room created the sound that many guitar players love. Okay, so, and this is the reason why some guitar players are not satisfied with the sound they get from the digital modeler, because in the digital modeler you have not the volume effect, because you have the headphone, you have the monitor, and the volume stay very low compared to the volume you usually get from the Fender Twin or other typical combo amp. Okay, I don't know if you are agree or not. I don't see any questions regarding this. Maybe there is some confusion regarding. I know this argo is really difficult to speak, and I would like to try, but it is helpful to me to try to explain how to get the best sound. So let's start from the editor. This is a really simple simple rig. Okay, there is only a bit of reverb. Ciao, Mike. Okay, let's start from let's say this amp, the Fender Twin, as I told you, the double in the fractal world, the Double Verb normal Twin amp. So reset the block, Command I, sorry, E is in Italian. Okay, and let's start from the factory preset. Sorry, factory preset double. So the name of Fender Twin in fractal is Double Verb. Oh, Double Verb is the factory preset number 4. So let's start from this preset. Okay, to avoid to modify the factory preset, I prefer to save to an empty slot like this one, the 4050, the 450. Okay. And let's switch off the delay. I would like to start from very simple rig. So, okay, doesn't take care about the effects here. We will take care later on. Let's think about only the amp and the cabinet and the reverb. So let's try to. This is the factory preset of Double Verb. Okay, first of all, the main thing that I take care is to balance the level of the sound. To me now is really low, and to do this, you have to go to the output block. Okay. To me, this sound is not so high because I prefer to work in this area. And the sound occasionally has to switch on the red zone. Okay, so raise up a bit the volume. Okay. Let me check if my. Okay, can also increase the volume of the main output of FM3. Okay. Ciao Conrad from UK. Okay, this is the sound of the Fender Twin. What I can do more with this sound? Okay, save this preset. Okay, from my side, this of course is my taste. Typically, as I told you, to have the best feeling of the Fender Twin is to raise up the volume. So try to raise up the drive. Drive is the volume of the normal channel of the Fender Twin. So more at the breakup limit. Let's take care of course, because when we increase the drive, we have to balance also the level. So you start to listen some, let's say, crisp, like distorted sound, and this is what we love so much. Because the clean sound, first of all, is not a real clean. For the guitar player, the clean sound is not a real clean. You have to consider that the amplifier, the guitar amplifier, is not an hi-fi amplifier, because the hi-fi means to work without amp, without cabinet, and this is This is the clean, really clean sound without any amp, any cabinet. Only the guitar practically into the audio interface. And this is really bad. Is let's say what we normally call as a plastic sound. So the cabinet and the amp gives yeah. And what is really nice is to play with dynamic of this sound, because clean sound has a really wide range of dynamic. So if you play low, okay, you have really clean sound. If you play strong, the sound start to become a bit distort, a bit crunch. And this is really nice. And the actual modelers can simulate the behavior of the amp when you raise up the volume. So the system starts to distort, starts to compress, the power amp starts to compress, also the drive starts to be compressed, and so on and so on. And this is what we love, but it's not clean. Is a bit far from the clean. You know what I mean? If you consider some very famous clean sound like Eric Clapton, Mark Knopfler, and so on, that sound are not, we call clean sound, but they are not clean sound. They start from, let's say, a bit crunch sound, and they play with dynamic. Okay? What is the cab made, Joachim? The cab, I get the... I took the factory preset number 004, the fourth cabinet. So we can start also to, now the cabinet works with a double verb amp, legacy, I don't know. It is a factory one. From legacy means that the cabinets comes from the previous version of Fractal. So they are the same cabinets of Fractal X8 or Fractal XFX2. But there are some new cabinets you can find, and I show you how it's possible to get it. As you should know, this name is the name is means tube for 2x12 speakers is a typical. Double Verb is the name of the Fender Twin, and R121 is the name of the microphone placed over the. Typically, the R121 is a ribbon microphone, is a dark microphone, is much more dark than SM57, and this is the reason that I told you before in the beginning of this live stream, what is really important to understand the behavior not only of the cabinet but also of the microphone and the position of the microphone in the cabinet. Okay? Typically, most of you doesn't take care of this, but it's really important to know what is the voice of the SM57. It's completely different from the Royer R121. It's completely different. Okay, ciao Thomas Bottaini. So let's try to select a different cabinet to get the feeling, the right feeling of different cabinets. And if we want to stay in the same area, okay, typically, okay, with the double verb, with the Fender Twin amp, you can start to check with the double verb cabinet, the cabinet made from the Fender Twin. But this is not mandatory because you can select any kind of cabinet. I saw in many international Facebook group there are many guitar players that are using Fractal or any kind of digital model with their amp, and to me is not the correct way to use the modeler, because the cabinet of, if you use for example a Mesa Boogie 4x12 with the V30 speakers, okay, is perfect if you wanted to get the sound from Mesa Boogie, from typical Petrucci sound or sound of Mesa simulation. But if you want to get the Fender Twin amp, Fender has not a 4x12 cabinet with a V30 speaker. And the cabinet influence a lot the voice and the sound of your system. So, okay, you can do this, but don't forgot to get the same sound of the real amp. Okay? If you have any doubt regarding this, I can repeat. Sorry for my English. It's not easy to me to explain this concept, because the concept is not easy, also in Italian. So in English, it's a bit complicated to me. But I'm here for you, and I can try to explain as much as possible. Hello, Marco. Warm greeting from Valdobbiadene. Ciao, Valdobbiadene. Nice place. Thank you very much for the live stream. By the way, I start my clean sound with Bogner Shiva patch. You can start from any kind of amp. This is only an amp because Fender Twin is one of the most the starting point for everybody. But the concept is absolutely the same. So we want to try to get there. Is not I don't want to get the Fender clean sound. I wanted to show you how you can play, you can tweak your modeler to get your sound, because in any case, you are responsible for your sound. Hans Grunweg, on the cab room air page, please tell your opinion about the airlines and mic distance parameter. Okay, I will take care. I will show you later on this parameter. Okay, so let's try to get different sound. So different speakers for this amp, and you have 4 channels for any blocks. So let the speaker as it is, okay, and try a different channel. You can see here there are 2 different amp available on the channel B. So also on the factory preset, don't stay only on the A channel for the block. Let's try to use the different channel, because many times when we create the factory preset, we also put different possibility, different options with the different channel. And this is the case of the cabinet of the Fender Twin. This is the A channel. This is the B channel. And it's different. To me, is better than before. And this cabinet is made by 2 cabinets with a 313A microphone. This is with a Sennheiser 906. You can try to mute one or the other one. More mid-range. Very nice. The combination of both. Very nice. Okay, let's try the C channel. It's still the same of the A channel. So let's try 2 different cabinets. So I suggest you to type double. So you select all cabinet and also select the all banks. And so you can see immediately all option, all cabinet with the double verb amp. Okay. For example, if you pin this window, you can also select, for example, this is the same amp, same cabinet with the Shure 56 microphone in the A position. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, also 8 option with the Shure 57 amp, but this letter means different position of the microphone. And the sound is different. If you like the voice, very nice. As you can see, I am selecting different cabinet, different impulse response, different cabinet, but the cabinet is always the same. What is changing is only the position of the microphone. And this is very helpful to you to understand what means to change the position of the microphone. The voice change completely. Even the cabinet, speaker, and microphone is the same. So you can test any kind of microphone. As you can see, the 57 sounds brighter than the Royer 121. Okay. So we can select one. To me, this is nice. It's bright. There's much more harmonics. Okay, I can come back here and I can also compare different cabinets. This is the first one. This is the second one. Okay. I like this, for example, and I would also like to switch on the bright switch. Sometimes it's very nice to combine the Shure 57 microphone also with the Royer, with a dark microphone. I can show you. Double. Okay. For example, this one could be nice. Okay. So the sound becomes more rich on the bass. And this combination comes from the real world, because typically to put a microphone on the amp like a Fender Twin or any kind of combo, in many recording studio, they doesn't use only a single microphone, but use a combination of different microphones. For example, the traditional combination is a Shure 57 with a Royer 121, and this is what I do now. So I have let's say the high frequency of the SM57 and the low frequency of the Royer 121. Very nice. So I can compare with the other. This is too much bass room. Too dark. Also this one. To me, this sound is more balanced. There are some people that are disturbing now. I block immediately. Okay, perfect. I'm still here, so I can tweak a bit the driver. The drive control, I suggest you to rise up as much as possible and to find out the limit of the breakup. The limit, and the settings depend strongly of the guitar, the power output of the pickup, of course. Depends of you, if you play strongly, if you play light, and so on and so on. So try to tweak a lot on this control. Okay, so this is really important. Okay, so there are another very important parameter that you can also consider with the cabinets that are, as who said before, Hans. On the preamp side, you can also cut the low cut and high cut. I suggest you to cut the low, at least the low cut at 100 Hz to avoid too much bass frequency. Now it's much more balanced. Okay, I suggest you never let this knob at 20 Hz, because this bass frequency is really dangerous on the big PA. Typically, the sound engineer cut the sound to 120 Hz, and you can do yourself. You have to have to listen the bass frequency. You have to have very good headphone or very good monitor. Okay, and another very nice parameter is the room and air control. Room is very nice to simulate the amp in the room, because in your room, as I told you in the beginning, the sound of the amp is a combination of guitar, amp, of course, and the room where you play, because room has his own reflections, own reverb, and so on. And to create and to simulate the room, you have this possibility, the room control, where you can select different kind of room shape, floor direction, room diffusion, damping of mix spacing, and so on. So you can tweak with this control. Are not so easy to understand, but you can try yourself and to check what is the effect of any knob. For example, room level. In this case, when the room level is to 0, there is no any room effect on the cabinet. So the reverb now is, we can switch off, okay? This is the no reverb, so sound is very dry. So let's try to increase the room level. And we can hear the typical room effect. I try to so now is too much, but it's only to give you the feeling of this effect. We can increase the size of the room. We have also the shape room or all. This is a very small room. And the all. So the floor reflection, this is the reflection of the floor. Okay. You can tweak yourself the effects of this room, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Depends up to you. Typically, the room effect is very effective with the combo amp, because the combo amp voice are not only on the front, but the combo amp are open back, and the diffusion of the sound of the open back is really, really, really important. So it's very important to work with this control to get the very natural sound. So there is the low frequency damping. You can hear the low frequency. So the effect is only in the high. In the high frequency. And also the mix spacing is the distance of the microphone that take care of the room. As you can see, I'm still not using the reverb. Okay, I'm only using the room effect. I give you an hint, very important hint, that use this option only in recording studio. I suggest you to don't use this option during the live, because during the live you have a lot of reverb, of the ambient reverb, so it makes no sense. Even because you can see here, look at the CPU now. If I set the 0 CPU, you can see this control affect a bit the CPU consumption. Okay, 5% and more. So take care of the using of this effect. So I suggest you to use it only for the recording studio, for the registrations, for the recording and so on. I recommend don't use these options for the live gig, because in the live, as I told you, there is the ambient room, ambient effects and so on. Okay, but we can typically stay with this default. Okay. Armen Matevosian. Is it really that good? I don't know the question. I don't understand the question. It's up to you. I am only show you what is the possibility you can do. If you like, you can use it. If you don't like, you can. I only show you what is possible. Typically, to have the natural sound of the clean amp is could be a benefit to work with the room effect. From the real Marshall, I'm discussing of a Fender Twin, not the real Marshall, Armen. So maybe you arrive too late. We are speaking about a double verb amp, not Marshall. For the high gain amp, I don't recommend to use the room effect, because typically the Marshall, all closed cabinet has not so big room effect, so it's not so interesting to use the room level. The air could be nice to use, but air means that some of the dry is like a mix of the cabinet. So when the air is to 0, you have all the influence of the impulse response. When you raise up the air, this is with the air to 100%, that is close to, you have no impulse response. It's like the cabinet is closed. Okay, and this could be interesting with some high gain amplifier. Okay, so switch on the reverb. So I would like to save this preset. So and we can. I suggest you always compare your step with the initial step. This is the reason that I copy the factory preset number 4 to an empty slot. So if we go to preset number 4, okay, we can have the this is the factory preset. Do you like it more? And you can understand if the modification you are doing are correct or not. You are in a good way or you are in the wrong way. So for this reason, I suggest you to let the factory preset as it is and copy to the new preset and modify it. So this is the initial sound, and this is my sound. I like more, honestly, but the sound is absolutely your personal taste, your personal feeling, and so the sound that is okay to me could be not okay for everybody. So absolutely, I like this very much. So let's compare again. It's much more clean, of course, but it's more dark. I prefer this one. If I want to have more clean sound, I can raise down the drive. Okay. Okay, another hint that I can give you for the clean sound is the compressor. The compressor is really important because the clean sound has a lot of dynamic, and compressor effect helps you to balance the dynamic of the clean sound. Balance means cut the peak, the high peak, and raise the low signal. This is really helpful. Let's start from the compressor. I suggest you to start, if it's possible, reset the block. Typically, when you reset the compressor, it starts from the Studio FF compressor. And to me, it's one of the best compressor I ever seen and ever used. Compressor is you can feel under your finger the effect of the compressor, of course, and helps you to this. Now you can hear the effect of the compressor. If I play very slow, very low, and I switch on the compressor, the volume is higher. So when I make some arpeggio, but another effect is to keep the sound in the same limit, because let's have a look of the V-meter. Okay, if I switch off the compressor and I go again to the output, so the peak is the same, is the same, but okay, I have more signal on the more amplification of the low signal. See? If I want to cut more the peaks, I can raise the ratio. You can see also in the curve. That means that so in the compressor, the perception of the volume seems high because the average value is higher, okay, but the peak are cut. This is a big benefit, especially when you go to the FOH, because for the sound engineer, he receives a very balanced signal. If I put the threshold very low and raise up, this is very extreme, very strong effect of the compressor. So when the signal become low, the gain increase. You can see also the noise. So let's come back to the initial value. It's much more better to use the compressor typically in this kind of sound. And the feeling under your fingers is much better. We can put a delay. This is mono delay, but I prefer, for example, stereo. Let's try stereo BBD. It's much more nice. Can switch on the chorus. Chorus is better to have always in after the cabinet. So I can create different scenes. Okay, switch off the chorus, delay. Okay. This is the normal scene. I can create the normal plus. Okay, where I use also the chorus. So let's switch on the double verb, not vibrato, but double verb normal. Okay, this is one. And also the cabinet is my cabinet, is this one, okay. And we can put the delay and chorus, okay. So I created two scenes. I forgot the compressor. So let's start to create also the lead sound, and the bass is to start the normal. If I wanted to start with this scene, is preferable to go to the scene and copy current scene to scene number 1. Okay, so I have the same scene on the scene number 1. So I call this lead. Okay. And on the lead, I switch on the drive, for example. It's up to you if you wanted to keep to leave the compressor on or off. You can try. I prefer to avoid the compressor. Okay, very nice. Save this in. Normal one. save this. So switch on the delay. Because, for example, I wanted a delay on the lead, but I don't want so high delay because I wanted, for example, two different delays, one for the clean, one for the lead. So in this case, I can use different channel. I copy the A channel because I like this stereo BBD delay. So I copy this channel, copy channel A to channel B. Okay. When I am in this scene, I switch to the channel B. Okay, with the same delay, but I raise down the input gain to have less delay. So this is the B channel, and this is the A channel. And your question could be, why you use the input gain and you don't touch the mixer? Because when I switch from the A channel to the B channel, I don't want. I wanted to have the tails of the previous channel that stay as it is. Otherwise, when I switch the channel, the tails goes down. It's clear. So when I switch the delay from one channel to the other channel, I want to preserve the previous tail value as they are. I don't want to do effect. For this reason, I don't touch the mix control, because the mix, I listen the tails, then when I switch the channel, the volume goes down. If you work on the input gain, you have different amount of delay, but you don't affect the volume of the tails of the delay. I hope I am clear. I hope. So save this scene. So you can hear when I switch from this delay to the new one, you continue to listen the tails of the previous delay as they are. And the switching of the channel is much more natural. So we can create another scene, very interesting. So I always start from the scene, normal scene. I copy this one, copy this scene to scene number 4. It is a new scene that I call normal tremolo. Okay. Okay, I save it. And I switch on the tremolo. Okay. Okay, this is an optical tremolo. I suggest you to try the panner, because we are in stereo mode. Panner is very nice. So. the B channel, less delay. Very nice. I can also use a different reverb, for example, also switching the channel. Okay, copy this channel to channel B, copy current channel, where is it? Channel A to channel B, okay. Okay, and let's come back to the so let's come back to the initial preset, the 004, the factory one. So, what do you prefer? So, let's save on the scene number 2. Well, so there is also the rotary. I don't know the rotary effects. If you wanted to use it, otherwise I don't want in this moment. I like to use the volume instead of the wah. For example, let's put the volume. Okay, volume is here, and okay, connect the volume to the pedal 1. Okay, to have a very Joachim, the barbecue is calling, so have a nice afternoon. Thank you so much, Joachim. So I am also finished now, and I hope my tips and tricks are useful for you. If you have any question, put the question below the video. I also, the final tip that I can give you is to try this sound over the backing track, because if you create your sound alone, sometimes you lose the focus to create the sound for the mixer. So when you create the sound, please take a backing track where you want to test your sound, because sometimes you work a lot to create the sound, but the sound is completely out of the of the backing track of the sound you want to get. Okay, so I would like to show you this on a backing track. Marco, greeting from Germany. Really enjoying your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you to you. Sometimes a little faster to follow for someone new the fractal board, but it takes a second view. Yes, of course, the video still remain for everybody. If you have any question, Mabu, you can type your question below the video, or you can contact me on my website, markfonton.it, or on Facebook, where you want. Okay, so let's start for this backing track, for example. Okay, in E. Very nice. Oh, perfect. Try the lead sound. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I hope this format like you. And so I hope if you like this format, please send a comment. Write a comment. I like it, don't like it. Would you like I repeat every Saturday? This time, 3 o'clock in Italy, the Rome time zone. John Ferguson, thank you so much. Greeting from Scotland. I will give you this preset to the G66, so you can find this preset. I call MF Double Verb. Okay, and you can find on the G66 channel with this video. So, the time to let's wait the time to put the video and the preset available on the G66 channel. I hope you like this format. Next Saturday, I will wait for you, and see you next time. Ciao, guys. Ciao, 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 ciao.